So it's a kind of a sports science department where we look after the training, testing, rehab and recovery facilities of the athletes, and also we perform help them in the sports performance enhancement. Enhancement means, like for example, if athlete does everything good, coaches doing their work, the support staff is providing the everything, each and everything what they want, but still at some point you feel that एक लेवल के बाद मेरा बेटर हो नहीं पा रहा है, there's some lag है, तो उसे पता नहीं चल पा रहा है. And that point we can really get into the picture where the sports science will help them to understand what is exactly lagging, where certain stagnancy was there in the performance. On that part, these are the components which is check over here. Like every sport has a component. Like we will pick any of the sport except the sitting kind of sport like chess and all. But if different kind of sports have a different kind of components. Like the basic common components we have is the flexibility, balance. In balance we have static and dynamic, and we have this one is the dynamic balance.
This one is a dynamic balance.
Dynamic balance.
So कैसे काम करता है ये वाला?
So dynamic balance is something like dynamic in the sense it's the plate starts to wobble. Like it's have you seen the Bosu ball with a ball in gym?
Yeah.
So it's a kind of a thing, but it's something in a high tech manner. What we
So can he try?
Yes, please.
So Rahul, why don't you?
You need to remove your slippers.
In barefoot.
Yes. How much some movement was there during your testing?
Oh.
Like how much compensation you're doing. So every athlete when we do it, we check for the compensation mostly. What kind of dynamic balance he or she is having. So accordingly that we will understand that किस पे ज़्यादा काम करना है. Just need to hold the railings. So we start wobble that way. If you get into the dynamic position, right? And little bit of knee bend.
Should I lead this?
Yes. Knee bend is just to keep your knee unharmed, because if you keep your leg straight while the board starts wobble, you might hurt your knee. So to avoid that, you just need to bend your knee a little bit. Bend your knee a little bit. Bend your knee. Bend your knee a little bit more. Little bit more. And do a bit of squat position. Right? Perfect. And shall we exactly in front of your eyes? So we start.
Yeah.
There we go. Draw it on the left side. Be in the center. Yes. You need to keep that plus inside the circle. You need to bend down, bend down, bend down, bend down,
Bend down.
bend down, little bit more, bend down, little bit more, bend down, and I have to balance that. Yes, balance it. Keep it in center. Try to keep that in center.
So this was Rahul's balance card.
Balance cut.
बहुत ही खराब है.
So it comes in a pour. Pour in the sense we have a gradation of sports person, normal and pour.
अच्छा.
It comes in pour, and it comes like it tells us about how much your trunk deviation was and what your stay area is. Stay area is something like, as I mentioned in the earlier, that the moment you started you were completely on the left side. So obviously we can get it that you are obviously on the left side. So it was around the S7, S8, S8, S7. So you were always on the complete on the left side. So this way, if I understand this is your dynamic balance, so I will start working on your dynamic balance. Here we provide the sports science support, the physiotherapy support and SNC supports for the athletes, those who are there in the ecosystem, as well as the athletes like we currently tested for the Odisha FC athletes, the men's, as well as we're providing complete technical support for the Odisha FC women's, and we have an MOU with them also for that. Apart from that, we also looked after the Sai badminton athletes, those who have recently been a bronze medal at the national level tournament. We also looked after the rugby athletes of the state, and any other associations, like we look after the whenever we have a opportunity, we look after with the badminton association. We also have a tie-ups with them. So apart from the athletes, those who have been training in and out of the ecosystem, as well as the athletes those who have been trained for national, international and represented India, we also cater to them over here for a period of time. Currently, very soon we are going to move on a very bigger facility comparing to this current facility, and we have a kind of facility which is rarely India would have been experienced before, because you might get these on a part wise, like few equipments will be there, few equipments not be there, but as one of its kind of going to be the center, because we are going to have all the facilities which an expert sports science department needs to be there in it. So we have hypoxical chambers, we have treadmill, anti-gravity treadmills, and a biomechanical lab of complete with a camera and force decks. And we have we think that it will be very helpful for the Odisha ecosystem, where the athletes really want to experience what kind of things are being it's not able to help them to perform better and better. So we at that point, the sports science department really wants to help them to perform better and better. There is a training has been done when the Indian javelin team was here. So Neeraj Chopra and Rohit Yadav, these all was used to train on the dynamic balance, because dynamic balance is one of the important component in the javelin throw. So he is one of the biggest star we trained in here for 2 months. And then Shubham Sadangi is the only Odisha FC player who is representing Odisha in the Odisha FC team. So we worked with him in his return to sport career, and we are currently looking after Jili Dolabera. She is a world champion in a 45 kg category of weightlifting. So looking after a few of her problems here also, when she's here since 1 month. So as a off season period, so we are looking after for her problem also.
सर इसको क्या करते हैं
ये
इसमें?
ऐसा शिफ्ट है, इसको बेसिकली हम लोग यूज करते हैं, जैसे भी शूटर्स हो गए, आर्चर्स हो गए. सो बेसिकली व्हाट हैपेंस व्हेन द आर्चर और शूटर्स यूज्ड टू बी comes on a standing position before the shoot or the giving an arrow. So क्या होता है कि there is a load percentage between front leg and the back leg. This helps us to understand what's the load percentage of that person when he's standing on a certain position where he starts to shoot it. There's a certain ratio of 30 to 70% of ratio होता है. This helps us to understand what is his exactly, and with that what we can understand is what's his equilibrium control at that, and we can train on those aspects. So it's a kind of a monitor where we put it, and it's now recording everything. If you stand over here, so you take your height and everything. So you need to stand for 5 seconds over here. Done. Then if I want to understand what's my shoulder range of motion, for example, if I want to understand shoulder range of motion, my elbow flexion extension, and head flexion extension, right? So if I'm shooting it over here, so this will be my position, right? So when we do that, so I can understand what's the angles were. Like you can see the plus over the right side,
Yes.
the top right side, and the front control below. They need to be in the center. It should not be like forward and backward. So the coach who is there, or we are the trainers or the essentials of physios, we can see that how we need to make him understand what's the exact trunk control is, as well as the load percentage on the right and left. Like if I move like, it starts moving, so it needs to get exactly in the center. Or else if you hold the gun, obviously it's bit loaded, like 5-6 kgs of gun, so obviously you are little bit down on this side. So it should be like 30 and 70. Now it's 40 and 50, so I can train him for that.
So as you said, Neeraj Chopra came for that dynamic balance, which we tried.
Yes, so kind of because Klaus, who's his coach, he's a biomechanist, so he understands how good and how much important is that. During the stay of the entire javelin team, Indian javelin team, and was been stationed here before the Olympics, the 2 months of stay in Odisha. So they wants to use it. So really, we are glad that it had helped them. Somewhere we contributed a little bit in his training and secure the gold for the India. So somewhere we feel that we played a little bit of part in that also. So it's a really amazing experience of at that period of time.
So it gives me chills that Neeraj Chopra tried that one and we tried it also. Thank you, sir.
Yes, thank you so much.